If you're a doctor owner, it's very likely you've run into personnel issues in the past, which could potentially be a huge liability for the practice. Here are 8 tips on how to reduce personnel-related liabilities. Number 1 is at the very beginning of hiring an employee, you want to ensure that you always perform a background check and check references every single time. You never know what you might find, and you don't want to wait until after you've hired the individual to discover that there's actually an issue with this person's past employment history. 2, hire an HR company to give you guidance on the most up-to-date requirements for your onboarding paperwork, employee policy or handbook, and all of the other boring stuff that you typically don't want to deal with. 3, document every employee infraction, even if it seems trivial. You want to do this so that there is a track record for the employee should it ever come to the point where now they need to be dismissed. You'll also want to consult TDIC if it seems that this employee issue could result in a possible lawsuit for your practice. 4, ensure that you have EPLI insurance, this is Employment Practices Liability Insurance, to cover any potential fees that might come about from, let's say, an employee who feels they were wrongfully terminated, or if they felt there was discrimination. You want to ensure you have a policy that covers that type of lawsuit. And usually you can find a policy that's anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million. You can consult an attorney and find out which policy is best for you. 5, ensure that you have sexual harassment training for the entire team. Also, this goes for OSHA training. 6, retain a competent attorney. You definitely want to have an attorney that you have on retainer in the event that any of these issues do come up. 7, you might want to consider installing a security surveillance system. This isn't so that Big Brother's watching, but really, in case there is a dispute, you have evidence of what did or didn't occur. And 8, flourish and prosper. Make sure you're managing by statistics and that you have systems in place to allow you to survive well despite the climate inside or out of the practice. As you may already know, personnel issues will be with you for the duration of your ownership, so it's definitely something that you want to have a strategy for. Make sure you take some time, sit down, and write out what your strategies are and how you're going to implement them so that you can make sure you reduce those possible liabilities in the future and you're able to focus on the things that really matter, like patient care. That's my tip for this week. If you'd like to get more tips like this one, hit the subscribe button below.